Okay, 11.9, radical equations, finally. Yay. Okay, a radical equation is any equation that has a variable, a letter, in the radicand, under the hood, right? So here, 5 equals 4 square root of x. The x is under the hood, right? That's a radical equation. This one, 5 equals x square root of 4, this is the square root of 4, this is not a radical equation, even if it wants to be. And just like any equation, we're just doing and undoing by using inverse operations. Remember, to undo multiplication, you use division. To undo addition, you use subtraction. Those are the inverses. Well, here, what undoes a square? A square root undoes a square. The square root of x squared equals x. What undoes a square root? A square. So if we have the square root of x squared, that's also x. Does that make sense to you? Okay, let's try one. Here we have a square root, right? So what undoes a square root? A square. Whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other side. So this square just undoes this square root. Now we have v plus 4. What's 9 squared? 81. Minus 4 minus 4. V equals 77. Ta-da! If we go to check it, 77 plus 4 is 81. The square root of 81 does equal 9. Yes, done. We did good. Okay, let's try this one. You can see that here we have a division or a multiplication first, so we're going to divide first to get rid of this negative 6, correct? Divide both sides by negative 6. 54 divided by negative 6 is positive 9. And now we got rid of this negative 6, so we got the square root of 81x, correct? Now we have a square root. What undoes a square root? A square! Yay! So 9 squared is 81. And now we got rid of the square root by using the square, so we just have 81x. Divide by 81, divide by 81, 1 is x. Let's see if that works. Negative 6 times 81 times 1 is 81. The square root of 1 is 9 equals negative 54. Is that true? Yes. Yay, it works. Okay, 2 more of these. These are all relatively simple, aren't they? All right. We have negative 9 times the square root of v plus 10. So we're going to divide by negative 9, right? Undo that thing first, and then we'll get to the radicand. So now we got v plus 10 as a radicand equals negative 9 divided by 9. Negative 9 is 1. Now what undoes a square root? A square! Yeah! So v plus 10 equals 1 squared is 1. Minus 10 minus 10. V is negative 9. Let's see if it works. Negative 9 times the square root of negative 9 plus 10. So negative 9 plus 10 is 1. Negative 9 times 1 equals negative 9. Yep, that's true. Works. Ta-da! We have to check each of these because there's something called an extraneous solution. Sometimes you'll get a solution that won't work. It's usually when you get 2 solutions, but we'll talk more about that later. But it's a good idea to just get used to checking them all. Okay, last one for this section. Then we can do a little bit of practice. What should we do first? Get rid of the 8, you're right. 14 minus 8, that's 6. Now we have the square root of p divided by 4. How do we get rid of a square root? We're going to square it, right? 6 squared is 36. And now we got p divided by 4. Multiply each of them by 4. What color should we use this time? Oh, how about green? And p equals, oh heck, what's 36 times 4? 144. Okay, good. So if we go back over here and we go the square root of 144 divided by the square root of 4, change color, square root of, well, the square root of 144 is 12, right? The square root of 4 is 2. So 12 divided by 2 is 6. 14 equals 8 plus 6. Is that true? Yep. We have the right answer. All right, let's stop and do a little bit of practice on this, okay?